Hello everyone who is in love with knitting. We are meeting again. My name is Jurgita and I live in south of Norway. We are having an apocalypse outside because it has been snowing for 4 days with a huge snowstorm, and there was so much snow that it's this high above my head. Everything has been paralyzed. We have homeschooling. It's very dark here because the windows are blocked with the snow. The snow is above the windows. But it's still very exciting. I don't know, the life has stopped. It's lots of inconveniences, but it's still very, very exciting. And I'm here wearing one of my sweaters that I finished during my non-filming period. You may find this pattern familiar. I think a couple of years ago there was a pattern called Chunky Dahlia or something like that. A similar pattern is on Drop's website. There are 3 patterns on Pinterest. So I took one of it and adjusted a little bit because it had too many eyelets here and it went really, really wide. So it widened up too much here on the yoke and I didn't want to have any puckering. So I had to readjust it a bit. And then I made increases after finishing the pattern. I also did, we call it Asian lifting of the back after finishing the pattern. I just knitted here some extra fabric for the back before separating for the sleeves. I used 2 yarns together. The main is Lana Gold from Alize. That's Turkish brand, very budget friendly, but I love its quality compared to the price. It has 50% wool and 50% acrylic, and I wanted to make it a bit look more luxurious. So I added a strand of silk mohair that is not a regular silk mohair. You can see it has much more here and it's double thickness. It's from Sanna's Garn. It's called silk mohair. It's discontinued. It has 60 mohair, 15 wool and 25 silk, and it has 50 grams, have 280 meters. Usually 25 grams have 280 meters, about 300, but here it's 50 grams. So it's double thickness. So I knitted it on needles number 7 and sleeves on needles number 8. And here I think on needles number 5.5, the ribbings. My friend saw it and was impressed with its beauty. She found it very beautiful. And I kindly offered to knit her another one because I also enjoyed knitting it. I enjoyed the yarn, I enjoyed the pattern, I enjoyed everything. I would say knitting satisfaction level for this sweater is 10 out of 10. So I offered her to knit another one. So I will be knitting it a bit later and I will share then how I knit. So much about this sweater. I unraveled the socks I was knitting using Viking yarn, Aurora. Remember, I was not happy with the gauge. I changed the needle to half size smaller and knitted 7 rounds in 1x1 ribbing and then broken rib. So broken rib is knitted 1 round in stockinette and another round 1 knit, 1 purl, 1 knit, 1 purl. And now I'm much happier with how it looks. For the heel, I used strong heel. I chose it because I think it looks better well, it looks best with that type of pattern. And then I started knitting another pair of socks. I saw the picture on the Pinterest. And I love how it looks. The combination of white, black, it's not black, it's wet asphalt. And yellow is a very good color combination. This is not color work, it's mosaic knitting that you knit one round using only one strand. It's pretty much helical knitting, but only incorporating some slipped stitches. And it's a good alternative to regular vanilla socks. It's very easy to knit. Then I checked my stash to see what colors I have for gingham sweater. I tried out some colors and made some swatches, but I didn't like the color combination in the fabric. And I was about to lose my hope when I saw this yarn. This is Ecopuna from Lana Grossa. It's cotton with, let me check. It's 72% cotton, 17 merino, and 11 baby alpaca. I love this yarn. It wears very nice. It's very thin. It has 215 meters per 50 gram. And I thought if I use it with white, it would be very nice. I wanted to go to the yarn store and buy 2 balls of alpaca silk, because it also has alpaca silk, a little halo. But we have a natural disaster here in Arundel. It has been snowing for 3 days and we are already drowning in snow. That's how much snow we got in 3 days. And it keeps snowing. I don't know if you can see. It's snowstorm. It doesn't stop snowing and it says it will snow for 3 days. The schools are closed. Everything is closed. Like all life is paralyzed. So you can see that's a big tree. So you can see only the branches. And there's a little path that we managed to make. Luckily we have like the snow machine, otherwise we would be dead. So I can't go to any of the shops, so I decided to use sock yarn, at least to try. I have like a small ball. And I will make a swatch to see if they go well together. Well, I knitted a little bit, but I don't know if I like it. Something is not okay. Maybe that pattern is not for me, I don't know. It looks so nice on the photos, however when I knit it doesn't look that nice. Maybe my color choices are not good. I tried 4 different types and nothing works. And I think I will put it aside for a while. And I want to show you how these socks look after washing and blocking them. I have to cut this It was the joining of the yarn, there was a knot. Now I'm very happy with my gauge. I'm very happy how the stitches look. It's completely different story. And I'm very happy that I unraveled those socks and re-knitted them. It's quite dark here because we are buried in snow, so the color changes. I'm in love with this pattern. It's so easy to knit. It's so much fun knitting. It's not color work. It's helical knitting. You knit most of the stitches and slip only some of them. And that's what you get. And I think these yellow cuff and toes just add so much style to it. So my satisfaction level knitting and enjoying it was 10 out of 10. And now I'm about to start knitting another sock, and I will show you, I will make a very short video how to knit this pattern. So if you want to try out, you can do. The only thing that you have to take into consideration is the heel. So you can use either forgotten heel or boomerang heel, because otherwise you will ruin the pattern. So I didn't make strong heel, I didn't make my Aurora heel. So I had to do boomerang, knit it out, and then start knitting again in the round. And while I was knitting this sock, these zigzags, I remembered the patterns that had this zigzag motif on the sleeves, and I thought, wow, I can also make a sweater with the zigzag sleeves, but not with small zigzags, but with the long ones that are made in colorwork knitting. And while I was digging desperately to find some color combinations for my gingham sweater, I came across this yarn. And this is Superwash Merino 175 meters. And this is Senna's Garn Silk Mohair. And I started knitting the sweater with a drop shoulder. So I'm using 5.5 needles, and I cast it on 30 stitches and started increasing in every row. And on the wrong side and on the right side, I increased every row until I got a certain amount of stitches. I don't know how many I have to count, it's around 80 something. And I think that's enough for the width. I will measure it again. And then I picked up the stitches from every stitch. It's 31 stitches. And now I'm knitting it straight. And soon I will have to increase by one, then 2, then 3 on both sides, and then maybe some 10. So I get the same amount of stitches for the front as I have on the back panel. And then for the sleeves, I will make the zigzag pattern. Thanks for being with me all this time. I hope you enjoyed the video, found some inspiration, or just simply had a good time with me. If so, I'm very happy to hear that, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.